Hello everyone, this is Harpreet and my student ID is VSS32326 and today I'm here to do the presentation on issues in cash flow statement. So without taking further time, let's start. So what is cash flow? Cash flow is considered as a net inflow and outflow of a cash from or inside or outside of the organization, which going in or outside of the organization. And it is effective for the organization because with the help of cash flow any organization can easily balance itself as well as shareholder, because shareholder want to know like how the organization is doing in respective to cash. Like with the cash flow any shareholder can make sure that his or her money is safe with the organization. So aim of this presentation is to see the cash flow of BHP Limited, Fantastic Limited and Santos Limited. So there in past there was few journals or article published on the cash flow statement. So according to news text 2019, it says that the cash flow help to understand the inflow and outflow of the organization and to see their transaction, how the organization is doing their how they're spending their money, on which way they're spending money, like if they're spending money on buying the products, or they're spending money on buying the inventory, or they are spending money to do any marketing. So cash flow transaction help to understand that was. And according to Ahmed and Raza, it says that it helps shareholder to understand how the company is doing, so that they can make decision that should they invest more money in the organization, or they should not do anything or move the money from the organization, like selling their shares or anything. And according to analysis of BHP Billiton, I can say that from 2017 to 2019, BHP Limited made 18,612, 22,949 and 23,428 million in just the cash transactions or cash flow. And which is this trend, which by taking 2016 as a base year, BHP Limited made comparison to 2016 49% more in 2017, and then 65 in 2018, and in 2019 they made 64%. Which is what's surprising over here is in Santos Limited, because in 2016 they made, if they made zero, comparison to that they made 49% in 2017. 2018 they made 84% and 139% in 2019, which is really significant. But in case of Fantastic, they are going down from 2017 to 2019 only. And then there are many factors which affect these cash flow. For example, we can see in the Santos Limited, oh sorry, Fantastic Limited, their cash flow is decreasing. So there's certain reason, and that can be reason of operating activities, financing activities, or investing activities. In case of BHP Billiton, it can be reason of investment and financing activity, because the money you spend in mining and sometime unpredictable result happen. But in case of Santos and Fantastic, these effects are really tremendous. In case of Fantastic, for example, their cash transaction, as you have seen, it was decreasing day by day or year by year. And this is the trend of the net borrowing of every organization. In case of BHP Billiton, they are becoming self-independent, and they are borrowing less and less every year, comparison to Santos Limited, which borrowed a lot of money in 2017 but reduced it in 2018 and 2019. And this is the trend of working capital of BHP Billiton and other organization. BHP Billiton spent 80% comparison to 2016 on their working capital, whereas in year 2018 they spent 193% comparison to 2016, and then 105%. Whereas in comparison to Santos and Fantastic, they only spent minimal amount comparison to 2016 investment on working capital. And if we have a critical valuation of these, we can see that there are like a gross profit margin, which represent that how much company is making in profit comparison to the past in the profit. So in case of BHP Billiton, they made on $1 they made gross profit of 35 cents, and it was up every year. Whereas in case of Fantastic Limited, by the sale of $1 they made only 30 cent in profit, and it was similar in 2018, whereas in 2019, with the sale of $1 they made only 16 cents as a profit. And what is significant in case of net profit is like this is the profit which investor is interested in knowing, that how much if he spend $1, then how much money he will get back. Same is this one, which is like if a company is making a $1 sale, how much money the company is generating. For example, if the BHP builder make do the sale of $1, they will be making 17 as a net profit. Comparison to Fantastic Limited, they are losing the money because they're selling the product on loss, which is similar in case of Santos Limited as well. See, by evaluating that in case of debt to equity ratio, for example, if the organization or BHP Billiton is um, like borrowing something, they out of $1, they have 87% as 87 cent as a debt, which is comparison to um, Santos Limited. In case of $1, their debt is their owner is 90 sorry, their debt is 92%, but in case of Santos Fantastic Limited, their debt is 1.4% or 1.4 ratio. So it is tremendous amount of debt which is in case of if they are borrowing anything. But in case of debt to asset ratio, in case of BHP Billiton, if they have $1 worth of asset, 46% on that one is debt, whereas in case of Santos Limited, uh, they have 33% as a debt on that asset. So after analyzing this one, I can see that I should spend, or any investor should spend money on PHP Built-in, because they are earning more in cash transaction. Their operations are good. They are not doing any loss, and also they are spending more money on their um, capital enhancing, or we can say like increasing their capital structure. So they're spending money on capital structure and doing less net borrowing comparison to other organization, and their ratios are pretty good as well, comparisons to gross profit ratio, which they're making more profit by selling $1 sale of asset, oh sorry, one sale of one item, they're making 35 cents as a profit. So I recommend that people should spend, or like investors should spend money on buying the shares of BHP in comparison to spending money or buying shares of Santos Limited or Fantastic Limited. And this is my conclusion, that PHP Builder is, as I said, PHP Builder is doing very effectively, and they are very good in their returns and their profits and everything, and they're doing not much of the loss in the products. So I or everybody should go with PHP Limited. And these are the references that from where I have studied the material, like from where I have got the data. And if any question, please you can leave the comment below. Thank you.